Welcome back to the channel Numismatic Coin Lovers. Glowing star in today's video, we're diving into one of the most fascinating and often overlooked coins in American history. Let's get the Saturday top 5 first up, the 1991 D. Jefferson Nickel. This 5-cent coin, minted over 3 decades ago, may look ordinary at first glance, but don't be fooled. Some rare versions of this coin are worth thousands of dollars in today's market, and if you're lucky enough to have one, it could literally make you rich overnight. So grab your coin jars and stay tuned till the end, because you might just have a hidden treasure lying around. The Jefferson Nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by sculptor Felix, the coin features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, on the obverse, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Over the decades, the design has gone through minor modifications, but the 1991 D issue still carries the classic look that collectors admire: Jefferson's proud profile and the simple yet elegant depiction of Monticello. In 1991, the Denver Mint, represented by the small D mint mark, struck over 570 million Jefferson nickels. That's a massive number, but not every coin came out perfect. While most nickels entered circulation with normal quality, a small fraction contained minting errors, die cracks, or unique variations that turned them into highly sought-after collectibles. It's these rare varieties that make the 1991 D. Jefferson nickel so valuable today. The 1991 D nickel is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing exactly 5 grams. Its diameter is 21.2 millimeters, and it has a plain edge. Though it's a small coin, the craftsmanship is impressive. The fine lines of Jefferson's hair, the shine of the metal, and the balanced text placement make it a true piece of American coinage art. However, over time, the natural wear and circulation marks can hide valuable details. So always examine your 1991 D nickels under proper light or magnification. In average circulated condition, the 1991 D Jefferson nickel is worth its face value, just 5 cents. But don't let that fool you. When it comes to coins, condition is everything. Even small improvements in grade can boost the value significantly. For example, uncirculated or mint state coins that have never been used can sell for $5 to $15 easily. But the real excitement starts when you find coins with flawless surfaces, sharp details, and high luster. That's where serious money comes in. Collectors go crazy for error nickels, and the 1991 D issue has produced some remarkable ones. Look out for off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment. Also valuable are double die obverse coins, where letters or numbers appear slightly doubled, a result of the die striking twice. Another rare find is the clipped planchet error, where a small piece of the metal blank is missing, giving the coin a crescent shape. Depending on the severity and clarity of the error, such coins can fetch anywhere between $100 to over $1,000. If your 1991 D nickel is in near-perfect condition, it might be graded as or higher by professional grading companies like or NGC. These top-graded coins are extremely rare. In fact, a few plus examples have sold at auction for more than $1,000, simply because collectors compete for the finest known examples. It's all about rarity and eye appeal. The shinier, the cleaner, and the better struck your coin is, the more valuable it becomes. While the Denver Mint didn't strike official proof coins in 1991, some nickels exhibit a finish due to early die states or polished dies. These coins have mirror-like fields and sharp contrast, resembling actual proof coins. Such examples can bring premium prices because of their unique appearance and limited number in existence. If you notice your coin reflecting light unusually well, you might want to get it appraised. It could be one of those rare early strikes. Over the last few years, collector interest in modern-era nickels has exploded. Coins from the late 1980s and early 1990s, once ignored, are now being rediscovered by new generations of collectors. As a result, the market value of rare 1991 D nickels has risen steadily. Auction houses, online marketplaces, and coin shows have reported surprising sales, where ordinary-looking nickels sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars, all because they had a small minting anomaly or exceptional condition. One particular 1991 D Jefferson nickel graded plus by sold for over $1,500 at auction, a huge price for a modern nickel. Another coin featuring a dramatic off-center strike went for nearly $900. These stories prove that even modern U.S. coins can be worth big money if you know what to look for. Imagine turning a 5-cent piece into a small fortune. That's the thrill of coin collecting. Start by checking your loose change, jars, or old coin collections at home. Look carefully for the D mint mark located on the right side of Monticello on the reverse. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, off-centering, or any unusual marks. If your coin looks exceptionally clean or unique, consider sending it to a professional grading service for authentication. It could make all the difference in value. So the next time you find a 1991 D Jefferson nickel, don't dismiss it as just pocket change. It might be worth a small fortune waiting to be discovered. The coin market rewards knowledge and patience, and with the right find, you could be holding a piece of American history that's worth thousands. Money bag. The next video might feature a coin sitting right in your wallet. Next up, have you ever imagined that a simple 5-cent coin sitting in your pocket could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Well, get ready, because the 1992 P. Jefferson nickel might just make you rich overnight. In this video, we'll explore the incredible story, hidden details, and shocking value of the 1992 P. nickel, one of the most surprising coins in the Jefferson series. Let's dive right in. The 1992 P. Jefferson nickel is part of a long-running American coin series that began back in 1938. Designed by Felix, the Jefferson nickel features the portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his historic home, Monticello, on the reverse. While millions of these coins were struck every year, not all nickels are created equal, and that's especially true for the 1992 P. Mint mark coin. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1992 P nickel had a mintage of over 441 million coins. With such a massive number, you might think every 1992 nickel is common and worthless beyond face value. But that's where collectors have been caught by surprise, because some rare and high-grade examples of this coin have fetched incredible prices in auctions and private sales. The real magic lies in condition and rarity. While circulated 1992 P nickels are worth only face value, the uncirculated, pristine examples, especially those graded by or NGC, can be worth serious money. In fact, collectors go crazy for high mint state grades like and above, because these coins are extremely hard to find without nicks, scratches, or discoloration from decades of circulation. Most Jefferson nickels wear down quickly due to their copper-nickel composition. However, a few lucky finds have survived in flawless condition, either stored away by collectors or struck on high-quality planchets. These high-grade specimens are the ones that have stunned the numismatic world with their impressive auction results. Now let's talk numbers, because this is where things get exciting. A regular 1992 P nickel in average circulated condition might only fetch 5 to 10 cents. But a gem-quality example graded by has sold for over $700, and in some cases, even higher when the luster, strike, and overall eye appeal are exceptional. Imagine turning a simple pocket change coin into hundreds of dollars. That's the power of condition rarity. Beyond grade, some 1992 P nickels also display fascinating errors and varieties. Collectors are always on the hunt for double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. These minting errors can multiply the value of a coin several times over, with some rare error nickels selling for $1,000 or more, depending on the severity and uniqueness of the mistake. For example, A 1992 P nickel with an off-center strike or a double-die obverse could instantly stand out among ordinary coins. The minting process back then still had room for small mechanical flaws, which make such errors genuine treasures today. These are the types of finds that turn a 5-cent coin into a collector's dream. One key reason why collectors chase the 1992 P nickel is its transitional period in the Jefferson Nickels series. During the late 1980s and early 1990s, the U.S. Mint began improving die quality and striking standards, but minor variations in detail, font, and design elements still occurred. That makes every year's production slightly unique, and coins like the 1992 P often stand out for their strong strike and crisp details. When it comes to grading, every small detail counts. A perfect luster, sharp lettering on Monticello, and a fully struck Jefferson portrait can make all the difference between a $1 coin and a $700 coin. That's why collectors often send their best finds to professional grading companies like or NGC, where a certified grade can dramatically increase a coin's market value. Let's not forget about proof coins. While the Philadelphia Mint did not produce proofs in 1992, some special presentation nickels were struck with superior die polish and clarity. If you happen to find a 1992 P nickel with mirrored fields and frosted devices, it might fetch even more in the numismatic market. Today, collectors view the 1992 P Jefferson nickel as a sleeper coin, one that seems ordinary but holds hidden potential. Most people overlook it, but coin enthusiasts know that the right example can bring surprising profit. With the growing interest in modern coinage and registry sets, high-grade Jefferson nickels from the 1990s are becoming increasingly valuable each year. So next time you go through your pocket change or old coin jars, take a close look at those nickels. You might just spot a 1992 P Jefferson nickel that could change your fortune. Look for strong details, clean surfaces, and that brilliant original luster, because that's where the big money lies. And there you have it, the 1992 P Jefferson nickel, a simple 5-cent coin that could make you rich overnight. Who would have thought that a coin from the early could be worth hundreds or even thousands in today's market? So don't ignore your nickels, you might just be holding a small piece of treasure in your hands. If you enjoyed learning about this valuable coin, thanks for watching and happy collecting. Next video. Next up today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising finds in modern U.S. coinage, the 1995 P Jefferson nickel. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but believe it or not, certain examples of this nickel are worth big money, and we're talking thousands of dollars. So stay tuned till the end because you might just discover that the coin lying in your old drawer could make you rich overnight. Let's start with a little history. The Jefferson nickel has been in production since 1938, replacing the earlier Buffalo nickel. The design features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. The year 1995 marked another entry in this long-running series, and the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P mint mark, produced over 776 million nickels that year. With such a huge number, you might think none of them are rare. But as with all coins, the devil is in the details. The 1995 P Jefferson nickel bears the P mint mark located just to the right of Jefferson's bust. It's composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighs 5 grams, and has a smooth edge. While most were struck perfectly, a small number came out with incredible minting errors or in exceptionally high grades, and that's where things get exciting for collectors and investors alike. You might be asking, what makes some 1995 P nickels worth so much? The answer lies in two major factors: condition and errors. Regular circulation nickels from this year are worth face value, but those in mint state condition or with rare minting mistakes can be worth hundreds to thousands of dollars. Collectors are especially drawn to coins that have sharp strikes, full steps on Monticello, or unique misprints. The term full steps is a holy grail in Jefferson nickel collecting. On the reverse of the coin, the steps of Monticello are often weakly struck. However, if your coin shows 5 or 6 fully defined steps, it earns the prestigious full steps (FS) designation. A 1995 P. Jefferson nickel with full steps, graded FS by or NGC, can fetch over $1,000 to $2,000 depending on the demand and strike quality. Now, here where the big money gets really wild. Some 1995 P nickels have been found with striking errors like off-center strikes, double dies, and planchet errors. For example, a double die obverse shows doubling in Jefferson's face or inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust. These errors are incredibly rare, and verified examples can sell for several $100s to over $3,000, depending on the severity and eye appeal. Even without errors, a regular 1995 P nickel can reach jaw-dropping values if it's in pristine condition. High-grade coins, those graded or higher, are virtually flawless and command premium prices. In recent years, auction results have shown 1995 P nickels selling for $2,000 to $4,000 for top-graded pieces, especially those with full steps or proof-like surfaces. One standout example sold at a Heritage Auctions event for nearly $3,500, graded FS. Another coin with a minor die clash error fetched close to $2,000. These are astonishing prices for a coin that originally cost just 5 cents. It goes to show how condition, rarity, and collector demand can turn an everyday coin into a small fortune. So how can you tell if your 1995 P. Jefferson nickel is one of the valuable ones? Start by examining the steps on Monticello under a magnifying glass. Look for sharp, clean lines across all 5 or 6 steps. Next, check for doubling on the inscriptions and Jefferson's features. Finally, inspect the coin's luster. The shinier and cleaner it looks, the better your chances of having a high-grade gem. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, don't rush to sell it on eBay just yet. Instead, consider sending it to a professional grading service like or NGC. Their authentication and grading can make a huge difference in what you can earn. Once certified, your coin's value becomes official, and serious collectors will pay top dollar for it. In today's market, the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel has become one of the most surprising modern treasures for collectors. While most are worth only 5 cents, the rare ones can easily climb into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. With more collectors turning to modern U.S. coins, prices have been rising steadily, especially for high-grade or error specimens. You might think finding a rare coin like this is impossible, but you'd be surprised how many valuable Jefferson nickels have been discovered in everyday pocket change, old jars, and coin rolls. It costs nothing to look, and that simple habit could lead to a life-changing discovery. Imagine holding a small piece of metal that's worth thousands of dollars, just because you took the time to check. So there you have it, the story of the 1995 P. Jefferson nickel, a simple 5-cent coin that could turn into a big money jackpot. If you enjoyed learning about this hidden gem, drop a comment below if you've ever found a Jefferson nickel worth more than face value. And who knows, your story might be featured in our next coins. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change, because your next nickel could make you rich overnight. Next up today, we're diving into a coin that might be hiding right in your pocket change, the 1994 P. Jefferson nickel. This 5-cent coin from the United States looks ordinary, but some rare varieties and error versions are selling for huge money in today's coin market. So, stay tuned till the end, because this nickel might just make you rich overnight. The 1994 P. Jefferson nickel was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the letter P, just beside the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. Over 825 million nickels were minted that year, a massive number. However, only a tiny fraction of these coins have unique features or rare minting errors that make them extremely valuable to collectors. The coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix. On the reverse side, you'll see Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello, with the words EPLURIBUSUNUM, United States of America, and 5 cents. Though the design remained mostly unchanged for decades, the 1994 P issue is famous among collectors for its rare die errors and high-grade examples. If you have a circulated 1994 P Jefferson nickel, it's usually worth just its face value, 5 cents. But don't let that fool you. Coins that have been preserved in pristine condition or that feature minting mistakes can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The trick is knowing exactly what to look for. Uncirculated or mint state, 1994 P nickels with strong luster, sharp details, and no visible wear can fetch $20 to $50, even without any errors. Coins graded or higher by or NGC become far more desirable, with values jumping into the hundreds of dollars. Surfaces or full steps on Monticello are what collectors hunt for the most. The most valuable regular strike 1994 P nickel is the full steps variety. This refers to the clean, unbroken steps visible on Monticello at the bottom of the coin's reverse. Coins with 5 or 6 full steps are extremely hard to find because most were weakly struck. A genuine 1994 P full steps nickel graded can be worth $1,000 to $2,000, depending on the market. Now here, where things get really exciting. The 1994 P Jefferson nickel is known for several rare minting errors that have stunned collectors. These include off-center strikes, double dies, and die cracks. Each error type can significantly boost a coin's value, especially when the error is visually dramatic. One of the most valuable error types from 1994 is the double die obverse, where Jefferson's portrait or inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust appear slightly doubled. A clear and bold doubling can increase the coin's value up to $500 or more, depending on condition. Always check these areas carefully with a magnifying glass. Another sought-after variety is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the die struck the blank planchet off alignment. These can be worth anywhere from $50 to $300, depending on how off-center the strike is. An error, where the coin's rim is expanded and lacks a collar, can also fetch a solid premium, often $100 to $400. Some 1994 P nickels show signs of die clashes, where the coin dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like outlines of the reverse design on the obverse. These coins are popular among collectors, selling between $75 and $250 depending on clarity. Meanwhile, visible die cracks, lines caused by damaged dies, can also add $20 to $100 to the coin's value. The key to unlocking your nickel's full potential lies in its grade. Even a rare error coin won't sell for much if it's heavily worn or scratched. It's wise to have your coin graded by a trusted service like NGC. Or, coins in top grades like or full steps can skyrocket in value, with some known sales crossing $3,000 at major auctions. One exceptional 1994 P Jefferson nickel with full steps, graded by, reportedly sold for over $2,600 at auction. Another error specimen with a dramatic off-center strike sold for nearly $900. These are real sales that prove how much collectors are willing to pay for the right coin in the right condition. If you have a handful of nickels from the 1990s, it's time to start looking closely. Get yourself a magnifier and good lighting. Focus on the steps of Monticello, the lettering on both sides, and the overall surface. Even a coin with slight doubling or clean full steps could be worth hundreds of times its face value. So the next time you're sorting through your spare change or checking your old coin jar, keep your eyes open for the 1994 P Jefferson nickel. It might look like an ordinary 5-cent piece, but hidden among the millions are coins that could bring you big money, maybe even a small fortune overnight. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below which nickel you want us to cover next. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next coin find be a rare treasure.